Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my project pan number 3. I am sorry this has to be a voiceover. I failed and didn't plug my mic in all the way. There will be quite a few empties and even a pan, so just keep watching. But yeah, I used this Pure Cosmetics, that blush orange shade was in my project pan, and it's gonna take forever to even hit pan, but you can see that now some of the texture is gone out of that pan, and before it was completely textured, basically unused. My Alamar bronzer trio has been something I've been working on. It is taking forever, but I finally just took all of the stuff around the edges and pressed it into the center. I used 99% alcohol to repress it, and luckily it's still working really good. I'm making progress. I have not used my everyday vacay setting spray very much. I think I probably only used it once this month. It's not my favorite, and I prefer to set my face with that Alamar light shade. And of course, I didn't even go into that palette yet because I still have my Alamar palette. For this hourglass highlighter, I have used it 5 times. I'm still struggling trying to figure out a good way to use it because it normally lifts my foundation. So if you have any tips, let me know. But yeah, I used it 5 times. So that one's going to be a slow and steady process as well. I was hoping it would go quicker because it's cream, but if it's not my favorite product, it's going to take some time. My foundation, it was about half full when I entered it into the product pan last month, and it's now about to where my finger is. I used quite a bit. It's the only foundation I am using because I want to use it up, and I kind of like this foundation, but I don't like it. It has some flaws too. It comes off my face really easy, but the complexion of it is really nice. The KVD Locket Setting Spray was basically brand new last month, and it's almost gone. I was kind of surprised that it wasn't gone because I go through setting spray really quickly, but it's a really fine mister, and I've been really enjoying this product. I've never used it before this, and yeah, it'll be gone by next month for sure. I don't know why I keep shaking it. Anyways, so the Wet n Wild lip scrub, it is almost gone. It's not quite gone, but you can see that it's getting there. It's really close, probably another 10 more uses, if that, and it'll be empty. And it's just something that I am still working on. So the Becca primer, you guys, I've been using this for like almost 3 months religiously, and it is not empty. It just is the product that keeps giving. I'm really surprised at how far it goes. So I'm just going to keep using it. It's not my favorite product either, but I don't hate it. So, alright, I had 3 highlighters out of that eyeshadow palette to use, and I only used one shade, but I hit pan on that shade, you guys. Hopefully you can see I had already used that shade a lot before I entered it into the project pan. It's a very small pan, but it is there, and I just continue to use it for a highlighter pretty much every day. It's all I used, and I really love it, and I'm glad I brought this palette back out just for the highlighters that work for my skin tone. I know this is an eyeshadow palette, not a highlighter, but I like to use it so as a highlighter. Alright, we're going into my empties. That is now empty. It's the Pharmacy, I think it's Pharmacy Honey Glow Serum. I don't know. I love that stuff. I'm sad it's gone, but I used it, and that makes me happy. This lotion, I don't know what brand it is. It kind of faded on the product itself, but it is gone now. So now I need to enter a new moisturizer into my routine, and that eye cream from Estee Lauder is gone as well. And I have another mini eye cream from Estee Lauder that is also gone. These came from my grandma. She sends me a Estee Lauder package once a year, and I use the products, so those are both gone now. And then I also used the nighttime advanced recovery serum from Estee Lauder that came from my grandma. It's gone. Alright, as far as the palette, I used this whole palette. I used every shade in the palette, and I enjoyed the palette. I still stand by the fact that I really wish there was a green shimmer and maybe not that blueberry shade or something, I don't know. And I will tell you, without a primer on your under eyes, the staying power of the color is not very good. That was something I noticed, that under my lash line it faded very quickly. On my eyelids it didn't, and that's obviously because there's a primer there, so keep that in mind. I didn't enjoy that part of the palette. The shades, for the most part, were pretty consistent, except that key lime shade. In my opinion, it came off patchy, and you can see that in one of my Pride looks. It was patchy for whatever reason that was, but regardless, I feel like this palette was pretty consistent and that there wasn't really any big duds, but it is a little bit disappointing to me that I need to do something for my under lash line to keep the pigment there. It is so hard to do a voiceover on a video where you're talking, because I just have no idea what I said and what I kept yapping my mouth about. So I'm just trying to guess and remember, especially since I filmed this a few days ago, and when I realized there was no sound to it, I almost cried because I just didn't want to deal with it. But yeah, I can't really re-record because I threw away those empties, and yeah, I've used the products since then, and so I'm just using what I have. So I'm gonna bring in that Alamar Cosmetics Rene Del Caribe palette number 1. I haven't used it for a long time, and it's getting older in my collection and would like to get more use out of it. I'm actually wearing that one shade up the top for a highlighter for the day, and for the brown shade for my brows, so I think it'll work out okay to bring that palette in. So I really want to have one pan in all of my shadows, and you know what, or in one in every palette, and I know that's gonna be like never gonna happen because I have over 100 palettes, you guys, but I would like to start working on it, and I chose to work on the cake palette for my one shade to try to pan in it. So I'm going to use a number generator to pick which shade I want to hit pan in, which was unnerving to do because I really wanted to pick my own shade. And anyways, I did it, and the number that I picked was the red velvet shade, which I wasn't too disappointed about, but it was also not one of the shades that I had like a big dip in, so we'll see how it goes. I also decided that if I don't hit pan in it after 30 uses and I'm tired of it, I can roll that shade out. That way I don't hate pan anything, because that's not the reason I am doing this project. Anyways, again, I am sorry for this really lame voiceover over this, video. It was the best that I can do. Hopefully you watched it till the end. If so, leave a red emoji of some sort, and thank you for being here. Bye.